All right, GDC update is the name of the game. Okay, so I'm actually live. Apparently things are working, even if my brain is not one of them. So, let me just double check that I am live, actually live, genuinely livety live. Yep, that seems good. Good. All right. All of that stuff is functioning. Oh man, my brain is off. All right, so GDC update. What's this little window? What do you... Oh. Scorpbot stream window. Okay. So, I have a number of things that I need to do as part of my update. So, engine coin. World's biggest mouse pad. So, am I holding it? Yeah. So, engine coin gave me a giant mouse pad, so I'm swapping out my mouse pad. Step 1. We can have lots of fun. Step 2. I shouldn't yell so loud. Okay. Old mouse pad. Hey, Frankie, how's it going? So, swapping out my mouse pad. It's a huge one. It's a huge mouse pad. 3. It's actually pretty solid, and it'll take up a good chunk of my desk. And it's purple, which is a thing. I don't know if that makes it better or worse. I don't mind purple. I like purple. Alright. So, that's a big mouse pad. It's like super big. I'm trying to get it under my monitor a bit here. There we go. Something's beeping. I don't know what's beeping on my desktop. Who's beeping? Is it a window beeping? Let's close that window, we'll see. Okay, so, is my microphone working? Yes, it appears to be working. Oh, it's for keyboard and mouse. That makes sense. I just put it off to the right, and now it's like, I don't know, it's super huge. Anyway. Okay, so next I need to start going through, so today I need to go through business cards and leaflets. And swag, Oculus water bottle. It's glass. Listen to that. That's real glass. Spared no expense. Those Oculus humans. All right, so, and as I go through these flyers and stuff, I'm just gonna kind of note which ones I need to present to the rest of the company. So we've got, let's pop open a web browser here. Skibbity-doo. LTD, next level immersive experiences. offer branded and original 360 VR AR content. Oh, so they're basically doing the same thing as us. So they're an interesting one to follow up with, but not something I super need to worry about because they're going to be competing with us on different business from around the world. So that's fine. Hardlight VR, integrated tracking, robust dev tools, location-based haptics. So that's at shop.hardlightvr.com. Now, I think these guys were the ones who were already ready to go. Oh, pre-order. No, so these ones are pre-order. But yeah, I saw a couple of these because there were a couple of different haptic suits there that provided varying levels of feedback. I even saw one where you like put in, oh, you're playing PUBG on your phone. I know, it's bizarre. 2,000 games on Steam? Holy crow. I thought I was out of control. Alright, so Hardlight VR was good. Demarket. Make virtual assets real. That was another big theme running through. Yep. So, Demarket, the world's first blockchain-based marketplace for trading in-game items. Not only were they not the only blockchain virtual object company at the show, but they were probably also not the only ones claiming to be first. I bet you there was at least 2 others at GDC claiming to be the first people to do what they're doing. B-Haptics. Another haptic suit. This one was good. I actually tried this one on. You can see here. Boop. I'm going to pop open their site, but their flyer does a good job. They were selected as a Vive X Batch 2 member. Boom, boom, boom. That's cool. So, bhaptics.com. So let's open this one. Experience virtual reality, not visual reality. All right, so yeah, I tried theirs on. It's pretty good. Easy, convenient haptic pattern creation. Enjoy on every platform. iOS. Interesting. iOS. It must be Bluetooth. I didn't even ask that question. Good to know. All right, so yeah, that was the tact suit. So, so they had 2 arm pieces. They had the body piece. You could also attach the Vive trackers to it to provide additional tracking. They have the vest. They have the sleeves. And then they had this, which was a mask that goes on your face, and it like would like poke you in the forehead, which that was probably the least impressive part of it, but was still interesting to, you know, because they set up a dummy in VR, and then they gave you a gun, and wherever you shot the dummy, that's where you felt it, so it felt like you were shooting yourself. And yeah, that was bizarre, but still, it seemed like a good suit, and probably one that at the price might be something I want to get for... Might want to get for Trivia Side, to do like a weekly show in Trivia Side where people can actually feel it. Alright, so trusted by over 120 game developers, including Arizona Sunshine. Trusted by VR game developers. Springboard VR. It's a VR distribution. I'm going to open that one because that's going... I'm going to open that one because that is going to go into my presentation, because it's directly related to VR, so my boss will want to know about it. All right. Elias, adaptive music. We're bringing MIDI back. Use your favorite sound libraries directly in the game. I'm interested, but not enough to include it in the report. All right, so Datadog. Datadog has a funny story behind it. So Datadog is for tracking your Datadog. There we go. Datadog is a real-time performance monitoring company. Now, they were giving away a Nintendo Switch, and you had to show up at their booth to collect the Switch. So everyone's there, they've all got their numbers, they're reading out the numbers, they read out the first number, no one in the crowd claims it. Everyone's shouting the number out, no one claims it. They read out the second number, no one claims it. Everyone's shouting around again, trying to make sure everyone at the back in here, no one claims it. They read out a third number, again, no one claims it. Everyone's starting to feel kind of buzzy and excited. The fourth number they read out was the number 777. Lucky number, jackpot. Sure enough, that person's in the crowd. Boom, they go up and collect their prize. You can't even be sad that I can't even be sad that I didn't win the Nintendo Switch because the person with 777 won it, and so they had to win it. If you have 777, you have to win. I think that's the way it goes. So it was pretty funny. So Datadog. Actually, I'm going to put that in the not following up thing because my boss doesn't need to know about that even if I use it. Tokyo Game Show 2018. I'm not going to put that in the follow-up pile because I don't think my boss is going to pay for me to go. Oh, of course it's a coincidence, but I mean, it was hilarious. All right, next batch of flyers. Holy crow, I've got a lot of these. Okay, so Aiku. This was a game made by some developers at it was a university in Chicago, I think. Anyway, it was pretty interesting. You had to like discover the story in an abandoned space station, and it was low power. You had to like collect power modules and put them into things to power things up in different order. It was kind of a puzzly sort of thing. It was cool. Google Maps APIs. This is definitely going into the follow-up pile. Google Maps for game developers. Here we go. So yeah, you can see here they've actually added a lot more to how the maps are fed to you. They have a Unity plugin now. So, and this goes along with World 3D, who are also showing there. So both of these are great ways to bring maps into your game. So yeah. Follow up on both of those. Here's another haptic suit. This was OpticTrack or OptiTrack. Oh, maybe this was only tracking. Did it have feedback? I can't remember. This one I don't think had. This one I don't think had any haptic feedback, but they did have a huge scale setup. So they're designed to do like event-based, like location-based VR stuff, and same with this Stryker VR. So let's look up OptiTrack and Stryker because I'm going to want those URLs for later. So OptiTrack. I'm going off the track, man. Post-reality. Crazy. That's some cool stuff. All right, so Stryker VR, same sort of thing. So oh, this one does have force feedback though. Oh, virtual recoil, just what everyone wants. Actually, that earlier technology, the B haptics, their wrist ones were actually really good for, so these things were actually good for recoil. It's funny because everyone's like, oh, I'm so tired of gun games in VR, but then you get into it and you're like, it's still fun. I mean, gun games are still fun in VR. There's no way around it, and the haptics do provide some nice feedback, and their stuff looked cool. Like, their stuff looked like, but like, not necessarily now cool, but like 80s, 90s cool. Like, their stuff looked like sci-fi from the 80s and 90s, like you know, like RoboCop. So, all right, so Application Systems Heidelberg, developer, publisher, and partner. They do. Oh, and I forgot to enter to win a game. Anyway, but there was the thing to win a game, but it's over now. So, but yeah, so they do point-and-click adventure games. My boss doesn't need to know about that, but it was really cool. Here is DeltaT. And so DeltaT was actually kind of cool. Delta, yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Windows. DeltaT location-based AR. So this was sort of a location-based mobile AR MMO. It looked kind of cool. Site seems nice enough. So I'm going to sign up to this and see. So they had like 4 different factions, and you could play around the world. And one of the things that I'm not going to say learned, but one of the things that sort of changed while I was there is that I decided that I'm playing too many games and not enough games. And what I mean by that is I'm spending too much time playing games I already know. Overwatch, I'm looking at you, Overwatch. I'm looking at you. So I'm playing too much Overwatch. And not enough VR games and not enough AR games. Because really, if I'm going to push myself further in VR and AR, I need to be focusing on the things that are... I need to know what works. So this was from Google Developer Day there we go. But that's Google stuff, and everyone knows what Google is and what they do, and so that was cool. Yeah, so I mean, I did a little bit of Google stuff while I was there. Love Google. Everyone loves Google, except for the people who hate Google. This was a mobile advertising company. There's lots of mobile advertising companies. My boss doesn't need to know about that. This was a Cultist Simulator. And you can see there, super nice printed card. Seize forbidden treasures, summon alien gods, feed on your disciples. Presented by Humble Bundle. Looks interesting. My boss doesn't need to know. They're launching May 31st. Wish listable now. Seems cool. All right. Twitch at GDC. Twitch was good. So I went actually to a Twitch developer thing where you learn to build extensions, and it was still hard. Like, even with them there helping, it was still more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Microsoft at GDC. Again, it's Microsoft. Everyone knows Microsoft. They do stuff that, you know, my boss isn't gonna... what was this one? Pluralsight. Find your future. Discover swords and shovels. Will help you become a game developer. Amplify your ability. Level up your learning skills. Interesting. So this one's Unity 3D Swords and Shovels. I didn't actually look this up, so let's just see what this is. Unity3D.com/swords und Shovels. Learn game dev from A to Z, or Z, depending on where you are. Designed for success. Designed to speak. Designed for success. All right, so the step-by-step path to becoming a game developer. I'm already a bit of a game developer. I don't need that one. I could always learn more. I'm not saying it's a bad course. It's probably a good course, but ARM, fuel mobile gaming performances. So this was ARM processors. A lot of that's handled through Unity, so I don't need to worry about it. Improbable, create previously impossible games. So this was Spatial OS, the platform to design, build, and run games without limits. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to go to gdc.improbable.io. .improbable.io. Improbablio. The future of multiplayer gaming today. What can I do at the booth? Spatial OS titles. Happy people, except this dude who's like, whatever, I'm too cool for y'all. There's their tech talks. More cool people, more cool young people. I am not cool or young. That was another thing that I pulled away. I might not be cool enough or young enough anymore to make games. We'll see. All right, create previously impossible games, Spatial OS platform. So interesting. Spatial is still very, very relevant. So cool. Inside and Limbo. This is from Playdead. My boss doesn't need to know about that. An advertisement for another conference. If you go to one conference this year, you should go to two conferences this year. That's basically the way the way it goes. Here is a whole book that is about PlayFab and how to use their live ops. Very interesting. I entered a contest to win 1 Bitcoin. I don't think I won. So that was another company. That was Wax.io. Here, I'll show you. Wax.io. Right, so Worldwide Asset Exchange. I see what you did there. And yeah, join the Wax community. Wax on, wax off. Yeah, but it's another manage your stuff with Bitcoin, basically. Not Bitcoin, but with blockchain. All right, what do we have here? Engine Coin. As I said, lots and lots of people pushing blockchain models for gaming. I'm not going to put that in the... And oh, and this next one is actually for me to claim some Engine Coin. I will not show that on the stream because I am bad for that. NVIDIA, and here's a little like cover for your webcam that has NVIDIA on it. My boss doesn't need to know about NVIDIA. SpeedTree was there. SpeedTree, of course, being a gorgeous way of making trees in your game. Here's PlayFab again. PlayFab was actually picked up by Microsoft, so they had lots of interesting stuff going on. Next stack. Holy crow, there is a lot of flyers in here. Okay, so Ant VR. So here's Ant VR. They're like tiny little AR glasses. I'm gonna put this in because they are I'm gonna put that into the pile and we're gonna look it up here. antvr.com. Obviously, because I like ants, I'm gonna give them a chance. I'm gonna give a chance on the ants so they can dance. Anyway, so smaller in size, broader in vision, Kickstarter-y doodle-doo, Ant VR Cyclop. Interesting. So I didn't get a chance to try these, but I think David did, and he said they were mildly disappointing. NativeX, tools company for developers. More Engine Coin. This is stickers for Engine Coin. I am going to put those in the whatever pile. AR Fuse, Reality Unleashed, R Fuse. AR Fuse, let's see. Let's look them up. Let's fuse this company into our browser. Alright, what do we got? Oh, I think they're location-based. Bigger, badder, better. A software engine that brings your apps to life with location-based augmented reality. Yeah, they go in the pile. Developers times Unity plus AR Fuse equals location-based AR app times user base to the power of 10. Beast mode. Okay, interesting. Oh, and then Fluffer. Oh, Fluffer. Okay. Location base goes in the pile. Why is that window up? Guys, why is that window up? That's so weird. Sorry, I didn't mean for this. Whoa, now I'm dragging everything all over the place. Okay, so this window is not supposed to be that window. Okay, which one is that? Scorp stream. There's supposed to be another Scorp bot. Because that's supposed to be... Where's my Scorp bot windows? Man, I'm surprised you guys didn't complain about that. I'm complaining about that. I just noticed it. Alright, so... this is supposed to be my window for other stuff. Where's this thing? Scorpbot stream. This window is supposed to be that window. There it goes. Sorry, guys. Holy. Alright. I've been holding up stuff and like... Well, I guess I'm still in that window, so it wouldn't have been in that much in the way, but in the way of the browser. Alright, Perforce. Development platform. They do like GitHub hosting and toolchain stuff and all that sort of stuff. Here is the Warner Brother games, in case any of you wants a job with Warner Brothers. I am not currently looking for a job, so I'm going to leave that one alone. I like my job. Alright, so what else do we have here? We have my pass. They even spelled my name right this year. But David, my coworker David, 3D David, I guess, 3D David. There's more engine coin stuff. David's... for some reason, all of his tickets were printed as Davi, D-A-V-I. They forgot the D, so it was like Davi. And so he had to stop at every desk on it for the flights to like get it all changed. He wasn't too impressed with that. All right. Buttons. Got some Twitch buttons. Got some Twitch stickers. Appodeal. Ads for apps. Unity at GDC. Went to the Unity party. That was fun. One of the first people I met in the door of the Unity party was a gentleman and his a gentleman and the person with him, and the gentleman does virtual reality. Let's just say it's not people hugging, it's not people kissing, it's not people hugging and kissing, but it's people doing stuff beyond that, and he does it in virtual reality. And yeah, so that was his business, and the person with him was probably an actress in her chosen field, and they were interesting folk, and they were really nice. And it was It was good to meet them, but I'm not going to be working in that. Anyway, so let's leave it there. All right, so PowerVR. That goes in the pile. So PowerVR, let's pop that open. So I think they made processors or something. PowerVR graphics. The de facto standard for mobile and embedded. Helping you keep costs down and expectations high. Yeah, so they're a GPU company, so if we were going to make our own device, seems suspicious. It does. All right. Speaking of, anyway, so Fluffer, that was another crypto reward token. Oh, here was really cool. I might even have to open my photos on this one. So let me just pop open my other window. Shkooba-dee-doo, shkooba-dee-dee. So this is Happy Worker Toys and Collectibles. So I'm going to put that in the interesting pile. So I guess I don't need to show you my pictures when they have, so they're a toy manufacturer. They create really cool stuff like Hearthstone keepsake box. Let's see what else they have here. Undertale's Bowen Brothers. The hovering art director was really funny. So you can see it's like, so yeah, he was pretty funny. Let me see if I got a picture of him. Yeah, and they just, like, this company, Happy Worker, they made awesome toys, and where are my pictures? Where are my pictures? There's one. There's two. They're kind of spread out. So they had, like, here you go. Right, so they had like this. They had a Soldier 76. Yeah, they had some cool stuff. So they were a cool company, and let's just see. I thought I took more pictures. Oh, so while I've got my pictures open, so weird stuff that happened. Okay, so I got my Fortnite shirt. Can you see my Fortnite shirt? You can see my Fortnite shirt. Anyway, and in addition, this sort of stuff was going on. I actually did not ride that thing. I didn't actually record it all the way to the end there, but all right. Next, a bunch of NVIDIA stickers. Good. Amazon was actually really cool, and I wish I'd grabbed more of these. Amazon was giving game design notebooks away, and they're really well laid out. They're a great template. So how to use this book. And so it's like, you can see it's like summarize your game, gameplay, design your game, build your game, resources, submitting your game. So it like walks you through the whole step. And right, so like your pitch, your game's features, your target audience, your game's theme, gameplay, like there's like a bunch of pages for that. And they've got like design your game pages. So I actually feel like this is a cool kind of, it's a good template. It's a really good template, and it's neat to have around. All right, so next up. Oh, an Xbox Game Pass and 14 days free Xbox Live Gold. More engine coin stuff. Just a little pad of paper. Junk pile. Oh, here's this is that spatial OS again. I guess I grabbed 2 of those. Improbable. What else do we have in here? Oh, okay, so this is from that location-based DeltaT game. So they had the 4 factions. So here's the 4 factions. They had printable cards for them. So those are pretty cool. Oh, here was Custom Ink. That's a merchandise company. I'm going to hold on to that because we may want to do merch for our games. So Custom Ink. Serving Canada, custom tees bring people together. So I mean, it's just like it's another t-shirt company, but always good to know. Here's another thing for them. There's a code too, GDC 18, and receive 10% off your next order of 6 or more items. That's probably not going to happen in time. It'll probably be GDC 19 before I'm worried about merchandise. OpenXR, folded and broken, very ripped. So OpenXR is, that actually should go on the keeper pile, even though it's tattered and ripped. But OpenXR is an open set of standards for all the stuff around augmented reality, mixed reality, virtual reality, all that sort of stuff. Whoops, nope, just OpenXR, not T. Right, so cross-platform standard VR, AR applications, open and royalty-free standard for VR, AR applications and devices. Good. Hey, we're getting close to the end of the pile. Hooray! Oh, I just rolled all over my old mouse pad. Just because I've got a new mouse pad doesn't mean I need to destroy my old one. My desk is a hideous mess right now. Business card. Business card. Uber was there. They were talking about their self-driving car initiatives and the technologies they're using to achieve that. That was pretty cool. Space Dock Attack Mobile VR. Oh, good. This is one of the ones I was looking for. So, what is blinking off? There we go. Qualcomm. Qualcomm had their Snapdragon headset on display. So, and I had a chance to test it, and it was good. It was really good. So it was this. So this was a standalone headset with eye tracking and 6 degrees of freedom for it and the controller, which was insane. I don't know how much this thing's going to cost, but the resolution was good. The graphics looked okay. It will also support the Vive Wave platform. So yeah, it was really cool. So because you really could, like, it knew where you were looking, and it could use that to make it so it doesn't have to render as quick. Like, it doesn't have to render the whole scene, assuming that you're going to look anywhere. All it had to do was render like this tiny spot in front of your eyeballs, because and then the rest of it could be rendered at a lower rate. It's called Foliated Rendering. So yeah, it doesn't really say that much here about it, but basically it just lowers the quality of everything that you're not paying attention to, and renders in highest quality the area that you're directly looking at. And if they can get the latency down on that, it's going to be amazing. I see gum in there. I see another shirt and a couple more flyery things. Okay. So I got one of those hockey puck shirts. It's got a couple controllers on it. Can't remember who it was from. We'll see later, I guess. Oh, Avatar SDK. Avatar SDK. Even though this is tiny, this is 100% going on the pile. And actually, I'm downloading this today because Avatar SDK was way better than I thought it was going to be. So, I don't know if the WebGL demo is going to work. We'll see. Because it might not have access to my camera, or it might grab access to my camera. Oh, you know what? We can just use this. So, so here's a picture of Trump. Upload it. Deep learning inference computing 95%. So this was actually really cool. They have deep learning stuff that, look at that, right? So it actually from a picture maps out your head and so it's getting the haircut mesh right now. We can see what Trump would look like with, oh, your tab just crashed. Anyway, so it's a really cool thing that would let you, just from a picture, let me see if I have a picture of me, just a sec. Little bit of a bug there, but that's their web one. Okay, let's see how this works. Okay, so I'm going to crop this down. Did that actually crop it, or did I just zoom into it? I just zoomed into it. It's a little blurry. We'll see how it does. Where's my JPEG here? JPEG format. I'm just going to call this one AC. Hit save. Browse. Desktop. AC. Good. Good. Upload. Okay, so let's see what it does. So apparently it's better if you have your glasses off, obviously. But I had my glasses on. It'll do it with the glasses on, but I think they'll be part of the texture. But this generates a 3D model from a 2D picture, and it does a pretty good job of determining the geometry of your face just from a front-on picture. Goat Punks. While that's loading, I've got a Goat Punk sticker. I'm putting that on the my boss doesn't need to know about it pile, but I played it. It was actually a pretty fun game, kind of a party game. So you have to be king of the hill. Anyway, has mixed reviews on Steam, but I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. It was hard, though. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Oh, man, that's creepy. But it does look kind of like me. Blink, blink, blink. Chewing. Mouth left, right. Ooh, creepy. Creepy smile. Creepy yawning. Good. All right, so let's see if the haircut thing crashes it again. Yep. Okay. Not so good with hair. But anyway, the Avatar SDK, what I was thinking of doing for this is that if streamers wanted to have their own face on the avatar and trivia side, so we could build the suit out so that it kind of frames their face, it'd be pretty cool. That's the long story short. Yeah, I'll have some nightmares tonight for sure. Osmo. So Osmo's been around for a while. They have a series of developer tools that are designed to let people make stuff for. They're kind of like physical kids games. So award-winning educational games for children 5 to 12. It really was kind of neat. So, I mean, it just clips over your camera, and it makes it so that the camera can kind of see down in front of the iPad. And so you can see, like, you can actually, like, do little coding things, but they're physical coding things. They have, like, Hot Wheels and some pieces that you can put together to make different shapes. And, yeah, it was neat. It's a neat, it's a neat learning platform and interesting, but we probably won't pursue any of it here. This was from Sally's Law, another game company there. Thinker Dojo. Oh, yeah. Don Key Co. Are you smarter than a gorilla? I don't know if you guys can see this. And I don't mean, I don't know if you can see it in front of the screen. I don't know if you're ready to see this, but you see that monkey thing there? They had the craziest shirt. I wish I brought the shirt. I'll have to show you the shirt another time. But Don Key Co? Ho? Smo? Co? Don Key Co. Whoops. The game was actually, their fun was actually, it was actually a pretty fun game. Just the, I don't know how they got to the point of having this crazy monkey as their, the gorilla, I guess. It's not a monkey, but I don't know how they ended up with, like, that thing. Like Internet Donkey, Donkey Co. Like, it's just that, like, this whole thing. Like, oh man, it was an ugly game, but it was fun. It was just ugly as sin. But right, so it was basically a cross between chess and tic-tac-toe, and it worked. It was an interesting game, but holy crow. There was some serious design issues there. What else do we have? Mixer. So we had Twitch, now we have Mixer. Streaming is the new way to play. Mixer interactivity, all that fun stuff. So yeah, we know Mixer. Microsoft, immerse yourself in a new reality. We already have the Microsoft headset, so that's all good. Let's see what's in the front of the bag now. I think this is where I put the business cards. We won't go through the business cards on stream. Oh, check this out. So, super secretive startup company Magic Leap. Let me pop open my photos here. So, they didn't have much extra to show at the show other than what they've already shown. Shony show? Faux show? but they did have the Cheesehead prototype, which is this. So that was an early Magic Leap prototype, and then which they called the Cheesehead. Here was another prototype hardware. This was their first like portable one, I guess is what they called it. So you could actually donkey no. All right, so and then this is where Magic Leap is now, basically. This is what they have. They have like a little pack that attaches to your side. They've got this controller and the headset, and it's starting to look good, and so they're getting there. So I go to a party, and hoping, I went to the Magic Leap party just hoping that I could get my hands on it. I could see what the visual fidelity was, how it looks, that sort of stuff, and I did not get to try the product, but I did get a ping pong paddle. Ooh, ping pong. So it's a nice little ping pong paddle. We don't have a ping pong table, so I guess I'm going to have to use this for something else. I don't know what. But all right, so I also got a ping pong ball, so we're halfway there. Okay. Over the next little while, that's about half of the business cards that I need to process and get emails out to everyone. Here's a little bit of shiny swag. Ooh, Microsoft was giving out free controllers at the show. And they're a nice blue. So sexy. So beautiful. So, there were lineups for these. Huge lineups for these. But it's a nice controller, so anyway. More business cards, more swag down here. Putting the business cards on the business card pile. There we go. There were lots of little giveaways like this, like skills. Oh, so let me show skills. Let's show the skills to pay the bills. Skills. So skills is win cash prizes for playing mobile games. So they have a section for like earn money from your stream even when you're not streaming, host our live tournament channel when you're offline and get paid for it. There's partners, $10 each time a viewer installs with your link, $100 skills bonus cash for every 50 installs. So that was interesting. I probably won't do that. It seems like a good platform and I don't mind supporting them, but maybe I'll put them low on the platform or whatever. But you know, generally when I auto host, I like it to be someone I know, someone whose stream I enjoy. And I don't know these guys well enough yet. They seemed really cool, and they also had like a developer platform. So basically, there's a whole bunch of different companies that are. Let's just see here. Press games. Here we go. So they had like, so all these games, Bubble Shooter Tournament, Solitaire Cube, Dominoes Gold, Real Money Pool, that sort of stuff. So these are all games where players can basically earn real money for playing them. Bubble Genius Versus. Wow, there's not even just one bubble game in there. Anyway, so would you ever earn money actually playing this game? Maybe, maybe not, probably not. But some of the games were actually pretty fun. Look at these people with their enormous checks. That's amazing. Anyway, so yeah, interesting platform. And it might be fun to develop like a little mobile game for it just to see what the profits pay out to. Let's see what else we have here. Bits, cords, lanyard, stuff from Qualcomm. I'm getting tangled. Okay, so more cords. Another one of those. So here's another one of those. So there were lots of these little like connectors, right? So that you could like plug in a USB and charge either a Apple or Android thing. Lots of these little like, this was Amazon's Game On. So there we go, Amazon Game On. So again, another player competition thing. I don't think this one was paid though. Keep your players coming back, get your API key. Yeah, so this was flexible competition creation, that sort of stuff. So keep competitions fun and fair, yada dee blah dee blue. Machine learning was also a huge thing. Oh, hey, this was a good one actually. Okay, let me finish a thought for you there. Machine learning was big at this year's Game Developers Conference. So there was lots of talk about using machine learning for all sorts of different stuff. But cheat detection was a big one. And then machine learning for like speech detection and for reading out stuff, which was really cool. Was it? Yeah, it was IBM. IBM was telling me that their text-to-speech so I can't remember if it was Polly or Watson. Let me see. IBM TTS machine learning. Okay, so maybe it was Watson. IBM Virtual Voice Creator. Here we go. So this was a really neat thing. So IBM has is using machine learning with their text-to-speech so that you can actually have an actor record a whole bunch of lines, and then it can parse that actor's voice and then have your text-to-speech read it out as that actor. And it seemed really cool. Let's have a quick look. Can you hear this? Let me just check my... Doesn't look like you can hear this. Desktop audio, properties. Wow, this does not sound at all like I imagined. Okay, wait a minute. So, first of all, this is the most IBM video I have ever seen in my whole damn life. This is so corporate. Anyway, continuing. Oh, also, why is the plump developer guy the cranky guy? Just saying, you know. I happen to know a plump developer or two, and I might happen to be a slightly plump developer. And I'm not that cranky most of the time. That was horrible. That was horrible. What? Okay, so I'm going to pause there again and comment. This actually makes it look okay, but I'm still so jaded from the first part of the presentation and how horrible it was that I'm having a hard time seeing how cool this is. It's like, oh, wow. But I mean, if you can actually train it against someone's voice and have it sound even vaguely like that voice, it's cool, but whoa. Okay, interesting, probably good for trivia side, but oh man, okay, moving on. Oh jeez. Okay, so next in the list is Shadow Brawlers. I had a chance to play this at the other party. Which was actually the name of the party. The party was named The Other Party. And it was good. It was just a good local, versus game. Exciting. So that doesn't actually tell you much about the game, but let me see if I can find okay, here. Okay, let's get rid of that thing down there. So the levels are all broken out into phases of white and black like this, with some gray and some color stuff, and you can toggle your character's color at any time from white to black. So when you're in this is a character right here, this guy, and he is currently set to white. That's a dead character, and that's a dead character down there. But basically, when you toggle yourself to the same color as the area you're in, you can't see yourself. So you don't exactly know where you are, but you can keep moving. You can move around, and as you get to know the levels better, you can kind of traverse them without really knowing where your character is. And so the idea is you're trying to sneak up on the other characters. They're trying to sneak up on you, but when you're sneaking, you don't know where you are. And it was actually a lot of fun. It was a really cool game. So Shadow Brawlers, check it out. Worth it, worth it. Indie Prize finalist. And it's download now. Name your own price, right? Like itch.io Shadow Brawlers. Name your own price. It's good for... I can't load the game. It's stuck on this screen. Just right up there. That's what's happening. All right. So, but it was a good game. It was a lot of fun. So I can get rid of that. So this right now, those are the things that are going into my presentation. Not that face. I think that might be... Oh, I've still got some more stuff deep down in the very dregs at the bottom of here. Okay. More business cards. What the Golf. Mixcast. End title, another blockchain. NXA Studios, who were they? Oh, NXA Studios was a outsourcing. So nxastudios.com. Yeah, so these guys do art outsourcing. So like overseas, here's our magic. Please try the slide bar to check out our magic. Magic, 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 magic. Okay, how about this magic? Magic, 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 magic. Okay, good. Is that enough magic? More magic? Magic. Magic. There. We have seen almost all their magic. 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 Okay. That's enough magic. That's annoying. So, but yeah, they do great work. I don't know how... I don't know how expensive they are, but good stuff. Magical stuff. Good. Okay, so yeah, that's so we'll get rid of that because we don't need to know about that. I'll do a quick skim through the business cards just to see if there's anything. Oh, Mixcast. Let me put that one in the presentation pile. So Mixcast is mixed reality solutions for VR broadcasting, which actually works really well. Too much magic. Yes, way too much magic. So Mixcast does like VR arcades, VR creators, like, so basically it just puts you in the scene. So I may want to test this out. It says it works with Windows Mixed Reality. You can put it in your VR app. It's free. It seems interesting. It seems cool. The samples that they're showing here, I think, are green screen, but it works without green screen as well. But yeah, so let me see if we can find a... Oh, they're on Discord. Let's join their community. We'll do that later. Right, so they're indie, $49 per year for teams of 5 or fewer. That actually might be worth it. So yeah, basically it lets you mix cast enabled games, Unity Steam VR games, quality maximum resolution 720. Basically it just allows you to have the player's webcam integrated with your game, so that they appear like they're in the game. It's interesting, it's cool, and it might be a way to go with Trivia Side. We'll see. But it definitely needs to be in my list of things that I present. I'm going to do a quick sort through the cards here, and we'll see if any of these are ones that need to be... Oh, Ultra Haptics. This was an interesting one. So Ultra Haptics. So these guys, do they have a picture or anything? Products, touch development kit. Here we go. Okay, so you can see it there. So it's kind of like this board of these tiny little, they're not sensors, but they're like almost speakers, basically. They're tiny little ultrasonic speakers. And basically what they do is, if this is an ultra haptic board, then your hand's kind of up here, and you can actually feel things in midair. So it basically projects ultrasonic waves up and vibrates your fingers above it, and so you can kind of feel things. So like you could feel like a circle, or you can kind of move stuff or touch stuff, and so it was neat. And working together with Leap Motion, which we have one around here. Right, so working together with Leap Motion, it can both sense your hands and provide feedback. So it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool little demo. They had like a box that you reached your hand into, and then there was a... Where's that binking coming from? Bink? Binkity bink? There's like a binking sound that keeps coming up, and I don't know where it's coming from. Weird. Anyway, so too much magic. All right, so sound effects. There were lots of cool people there. So many cool people. See, here's a couple of the Ultra Haptics people. Floppy on the Sleepy Planet. He was trying to get on Switch with his game. I don't think it's going to happen. The game still needs a lot of work. It was interesting, though. It was an interesting little game, but... cross-install, Microsoft... someone from Twitch for developer experience, CEO programmer. CEO programmer basically just means CEO programmer means you have your own company and nothing else. Hey, Potassium, how's it going? Sorry I was gone for the week. I tried to stream. I couldn't get it up and running there. I was all over the place. There's Mohammed. He was cool. Josh was cool from Springboard. Who we got here? Head of Developer Relations for Metavision. Oh, I was supposed to meet him on Friday. I missed him on Friday. But I did try the Metavision goggles, and they were not as good as I had hoped. So here's the important card. This is the one I was looking for that I hoped I hadn't lost, and thank goodness I haven't lost it. It was at the very bottom of the pile. But this is the Senior Account Manager for Developer Relations for Magic Leap. So that's going to be a very important one to have. I'm going to put that in the keeper pile. Here's contact from Osmo. They were cool. Big Bite Studios. The founder of Big Bite Studios. Which one were they? See, that's the thing, is like some of these people, I wasn't entirely sober when I met them. So Big Bite Studios. Well, that's like stats for them. Is that the same one? Big Bite Studios. Kyle. That's the dude. Well, I'll have to look him up later. It's just bigbitestudios.com. Let's try that out. I guess you can pull their web address off their business card. Who knew? Oh. Apparently he doesn't have a URL. Okay, good. Interesting. All right, so I think that's it. I think I've gone through everything. I haven't checked the very back. Oh, there's one more. Stopped by the Funcom booth and got my Conan Exiles comic book. Fun. Have to read that later. So, other things that I can summarize for you. Do I have a second keyboard? Not right now. Why? Do you want to give me a second keyboard, Potassium? Oh man, my desk is a mess now from unpacking all this stuff. Or are you asking me if I have a second keyboard I can send to you? Because I might have a spare one at home. Yeah, so. Do I know how to make it register as its own thing? Like, so plug in two keyboards and have them operate separately as separate USB keyboards? Is that what you're looking for, Potassium? All right, so you guys want to go through my pictures? We can go through my pictures. Let's see here. So where do we start? All right, so here we go. We showed up. Okay, so we'll do this quick. Plane, fun zone, hair gel. Please never, ever, 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 never, ever, 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 never park here. Thank you. A little pirate grate, some cool graffiti. A little bit more cool graffiti. A snowman in a freezer at the art. Have one be a macro board. I've never actually tried that, Potassium. At the art gallery, there was some like cool spider sculptures, like alien looking stuff. Stairwells. I found Waldo. That's Waldo in the middle there. You can see him right there. There's Waldo. So in case you guys don't have to look anymore, I found him. He's good. There's the Unity offices. There's a peek inside Unity offices. There's the Forbidden Donut Baltic Porter. and the Belching Beaver, both of which I had. The Belching Beaver was a peanut butter stout. It was delicious. There's me at GDC. This was like a cool little like San Francisco houseboat neighborhood that we walked past on our way there. There's Moscone. There's the Day of the Devs booth. This was probably my first session. Semantic authoring for mixed reality. So you can see it's basically labeling things as like, can you sit on them? Can you jump on them? That sort of stuff. Extra numpad into a macro board. Huh. I don't know how you would do that, Potassium. So this shows how Oculus does some of their object snapping. So you can see in the middle, if you watch as it gets close to the ground, the dots actually raise up to meet the object to let you know that you can snap that in there. I thought that was a neat little user interface trick. There was the map. This was from a session called Brownboxing something and fuzzy rugs. Oh, brownboxing lists and fuzzy rugs. So that was a really cool one, because brownboxing was how the I Expect You to Die team set up their, so you can see here, right? So there's a water pump down there, there's a self-destruct, they've got rations, a bunch of stuff. So they actually, before they built their games in and white boxed them or gray boxed them in their game engine, they would actually create the games out of brown paper boxes, and they'd walk people through it in reality. Like, so that was a pretty cool little thing. I thought that was an interesting concept. Then they have their 6 magical questions that you ask people after you do a test. So what was the most frustrating moment or interaction? What was your favorite moment or interaction? Was there anything you wanted to do that you couldn't? If you had a magic wand to wave and you could change, add, or remove anything from the experience, what would it be? What were you doing in the experience, and how would you describe the experience to your friends? These questions drove their user testing for their game, and I'd like to adopt them in our own development. Oh, they also used hot glue and spy cameras to get feedback on things like the Gear VR. Competitions, Ubisoft. This was actually taken in the lobby of Twitch headquarters, but then this shows the intensity and mood board that they used for Battlefront VR. Was really cool. This showed some of their interactions. There's the Criterion team. There's the skateboard I won. So that was pretty cool. The ID at Xbox skateboard. It's got a maze on it. You can see the start there and the end down there. This was machine learning. That was like a little model. Let's create better VR trailers. Seriously, stop using first-person footage. This was a great session on how to create trailers, and we were already sort of on the right path for this. And there was some great stuff about not using mixed reality and all sorts of fun stuff. So you can see handheld camera. Yay! First-person footage. Blarg. This was the GDC board of, see all those red blobs? They actually gave you a tiny little red sticker, and you were allowed to put your sticker on where you were from. So you can see we're like, come on, we're way up here. So this is probably Calgary. This is us in Edmonton. There's Vancouver. That looks like, that's probably like Banff. And then there's, like, of course, loads of people along the coasts. Boom, 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 boom. You know, like Toronto, Montreal. We had lots of people from Europe. Loads of people from Japan. So a good mix of people from all around the world. We even had some, like, look at that, a fair number of people from Australia. It was just so neat to see it all as a physical representation of people with, like, Apparently there were some people from the middle of the north, and one person from the center of the compass. Couple people from around here. You know, I think some people were maybe just joking around a little bit, but it was still cool. Alright, so let's zoom that back out. Stopped there at Adam's Grub Truck. That was delicious. There was a double dragon burger there. That was a nice little place. This was our room. There I am. Hi! This was at the other party. It was packed. This is again at the other party. This was Goat Punks. Follow us on studio_canvas. Have I done that yet? I have not. There we go. And I'll follow Goat Punks. It was a fun game. I enjoyed Goat Punks. Finally set up here at GDC 18 at the ID at Xbox. Yay. Boom. Okay. Other party was insane. Yay. Boom. Okay. Alright. There I am doing the Goat Punks. They wanted to do like a goat thing selfie to get a pin. Their pins were gorgeous. I don't know what this was. I don't know what this was. It was like set up on like a really old computer, and I never caught it. This guy had a combination breakout slash did I get the name in there? Oh, it's so hard to read. Something Invaders, Galaxian Invaders. Ah, man, I thought I got a good picture of that. I wanted to remember that game. There was our I put in a trivia side thing into our things, into our lanyards, so that people could know what game we were working on. So here was showing Oculus mixed play between Oculus Go and the Oculus consumer version, and they were playing Settlers of Catan. Big robot. Everyone loves a big robot. Devices will not be blind. Toys. Oh yeah, that was some of the toys for those who didn't see them earlier. B-Haptics, that was a good tech suit. I'm going to rip through some of these really quick. My claim check. That was at the Magic Leap. Yeah, no shit or die. Try not to swear on the stream, but yeah, I just wanted a logo for, like a catchphrase for on our thing. And so I came up with that at the last minute. So they had these little Magic Leap things. So I got one of the ping pong balls, and I wanted to steal one of these things, but those were like centerpieces for their tables, and I thought probably not a good idea to steal those. They probably paid a lot of money for those, and that would be rude. The ping pong balls were kind of free. The paddles they said were free. You were allowed to get a ping pong paddle, so I grabbed a ping pong paddle for free. But there I am at the party. Some guy accidentally walked by while I was trying to take a selfie with the Magic Leap thing, and that behind us said, "Come play with us." They had the DeLorean set up. Oh, that's an interesting thing, actually. So Unity 3D Universal Studios. I can't type. Oh, okay. So, taking games to Universal Windows. Oh, that's Universal Windows platform, not Universal Studios. Here we go. Unity Technologies and Universal Games launch Universal Game Dev Challenge. So you can see here. So basically, you have 24 days. You have 24 days to submit a game design document that uses one of these properties. So Jaws, Battlestar Galactica, Turok, Back to the Future, Voltron. You'll need to submit a pitch video, but basically the idea is you could end up creating a game based on one of these iconic properties. But I'm not going to submit a pitch, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm already working on too much, and chances are I wouldn't get it because we just don't have the team. Oh, this is a private challenge. Only judge can see the submissions. Anyway. But it's neat. It's an interesting thing. One grand prize winner selected by Universal's game team will receive 1-year consulting contract with Universal to develop your PC game, $150,000 in cash, 2 tickets to Unite North America in 2018, $20,000 cash prize per team, and 2 tickets to Unite for the 5 runners-up. And so there's already 6 people entered, so they're good. That's it. That's their 1 person and 5 runners-up. Boom, done. All right, so to promote this, they had the Back in Time, Back to the Future DeLorean and the hoverboard there. There was the challenge. There's me on the street. Here was the Fortnite mechanical pinata riding thing. Here was a game called Puppet Pandemonium. They had a bunch of classic arcade stuff on display, including Just Another High-Strung Prima Donna from Atari shirts. Oh my god, guys, this was hilarious. So this thing, the Feel Real Sensory Mask.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Imagine how amazing the movie Avatar would be if you could smell the flowers in forest, feel the wind when flying on the dragon, and catch the spray of a waterfall. Or explore the world of Warcraft, not only through vision and sound, but by involving all 5 of your senses. And now, we are ready to introduce the world's first multi-sensory virtual reality mask for 3D video games and movies. To enhance personal presence in the virtual world, we used microcoolers to emit cool wind flows, microheaters to generate hot air, and ultrasonic ionizing system to produce water mist. For deeper interaction, we placed vibro engines with an adjustable level of vibration and built in a Bluetooth microphone to easy connect with other players around the world. Smells are something we paid our special attention to. We wanted to make them as natural as possible, so we got in touch with some professional...
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. This thing was terrifying. So this dude in a Harley Davidson shirt or jacket, leather jacket, was like hooking this thing up. Now, okay, see this one in the foreground here? I'm going to zoom in on it here. Okay, so they had the mask attached to this Gear VR. And you can see here in the edges, just around the edges there, they actually had that, like it was like bolted in and hot glued onto the device. And when I tried to lift this thing up to get a closer look at it, water spilled everywhere. I lifted it straight up. And it was just like blork, and it was crazy. Like, and every now and then, from the front of this dude's mask, there'd be like a puff of smoke, and which I recognize now was probably steam, right? It was like ionized water. But man, it was messed up. Like, I don't know that I would want to strap this crazy device to my face and have them shooting chemicals into my nostrils, and it was insane. Like, this thing, it looked like it was like some evil plan, like everyone's going to want one and then we'll poison the world, you know? Like, it was just messed up. All right, so this was actually, they were live streaming on Mixer from the Microsoft booth. This was them announcing the winners to the Dream Build Play contest. I didn't enter this year. We decided at the last minute to pull our game. So there they were, announcing the winners of the Dream Build Play contest. They did a whole thing on how they did movement in Sprint Vector, and it was really cool. This I don't know what I was doing. Oh, okay, so this was me collecting tickets in the booth to get my mouse pad and everything from Engine Coin. All right. See, Trump was making fun of me when he did that speech way back then, because anyway. All right. So this was just how thing that was talking about how to direct attention in VR. That was from the Magic Leap stuff, showing their early hardware prototypes. Been through that. That's where they started to get mobile. There's the Creators Edition, 6 Degrees of Freedom controller. So this is showing some of their prototype stuff and some of their concept art. This was really cool though. So you can see this is a humanoid in the space that it recognizes the boundaries of the couch, and so you can have a character sit on the couch, but also you could have the character move behind it. You can see that the couch actually blocks out the rendering. So that it was a pretty cool thing to see on the Magic Leap. There's some more concept art. This was showing how the Magic Leap could work with Internet of Things. So in this scene, the lights are actually real lights with Bluetooth enabled or Wi-Fi enabled lights. So Internet of Things lights. And as the lights lit up, the Magic Leap would add the sparks. So the lights are real, the sparks are fake. So virtual, so that you could actually combine real and virtual Internet of Things together. Very interesting idea. Join the disaster. They had the Vive Focus on display, but I didn't get a chance to try it. But it looked like a good device. Facebook had like the biggest damn screens in the universe. Stop there. Niantic had lots. So you see all of these. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 of those. Hey, Dean. So 11 of those were actually Niantic recruiting things. So if you played Pokemon Go at the event, they were actually recruiting for developers at the event by having those set up. So you could see actually here it's like Niantic Labs, GDC, help us solve for the unknown. Also join us in building more amazing games. So every one of those was like a recruiting opportunity for them. There's the Oculus booth again. Congregate. Hovering Art Director. This was a really cool, so they were actually live capturing, yeah. So they were actually live capturing some footage there using facial capture, and then the other person was, so you can kind of see it in the background. The scene wasn't very well lit, but they were doing Pier 39. So this was all just touristy stuff. Anyway, so this was like a weird coin-op arcade in San Francisco that showed like they had really old games in there. It was really amazing. Lots of stuff in there. And that's it. Then we're back home. Phew, and now we're caught up. So that's a week summarized in like an hour and 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go get another coffee. I think we're gonna wrap the stream for today, get into building some of these tools and working with some of these things and cleaning up my desk, because now it's a hideous, hideous, terrible mess. So thanks for joining me today. I will see you all tomorrow, and we can actually get back on a regular schedule.